Hey, all right, let's focus on our next management then. Suzlon's the stock in focus. We have Mr. JP Chalasani, the Group Chief Executive Officer, who joins in. Hi, Mr. Chalasani. Good morning. Good to see you in.
Morning.
Well, at the start of the year, I think you were hinting about a 60% growth guidance. Do you stick by that? Can you outbeat that? And what's the pipeline looking like in terms of growth for FY27?
Thanks, Nigel. If you look at this quarter, we did the record supplies of 617 megawatt, which is the highest we ever achieved in any quarter, beating our quarter four of 575 megawatt, and then also record order book of 6.4 gigawatts. As far as the guidance is concerned, if you see 9 months, at the end of 9 months, we are 77% higher in terms of EBITDA year-on-year basis, and the profitability is 77% higher. So therefore, we're in the right direction. And as I said on your channel last time, that there is no upward or downward revision. We stick to our 60% growth, and we're pretty confident of delivering that.
All right, you are confident of delivering that, but we understand that there has been a drop in, renewable energy auctions from last year's 50 gigawatts to just about 10.5 gigawatts so far in this year. How do you expect this to impact your overall business going forward, and do you expect this to pick up?
See, right now, as I said, that we have 6.4 gigawatts of order book, okay?
Right.
Which is the highest we ever had. And 51% of this order book is from C&A customers. And also in line with the guidance what we gave, we will increase more and more EPC. We moved from 20% to 27% in EPC. None of the 6.4 gigawatt have anything to do with, PPAs not getting signed. And there are confirmed order books. And as we speak today, we are in discussions for about another 2.5 to 3 gigawatts of orders, which will gradually convert into firm orders in the next 6 months period. While there is a pause in terms of current bidding, but you're still seeing that, in the last 1 week itself, there's 1,000 megawatts of the wind specific bid, which has happened, which is oversubscribed by 3 times. And then we had FDRE bid, which got done a couple of days back, I think Friday. So therefore, there's still the old ones which are submitted. The reverse auctions are happening, and then those capacities would keep getting added. But I don't see, because of the amount of projects already under implementation, already awarded and signed PPAs, I don't see anything going to happen in terms of slowing down of implementation.
Okay, all right. But as you have said in the past, Mr. Chalasani, the problem's not the order book. As you said, it's at record levels right now. There's a pipeline that's looking good. Installations have slowed down, and that's been a bit of a bottleneck. Do you see that easing out?
Yeah, I think as a country, we did pretty well this year. We doubled the installations in the first 9 months. We moved from 2.2 gigawatts to 4.5 gigawatts as a country. And then even we increased it by 80% to 442 gigawatts. I think we're clearly seeing easing out of those problems. We would definitely cross 6 gigawatts this year, which would be a record for the country. And then, as we said earlier, we would go to about 8 and then follow it up with 10 gigawatts. And our own also will increase, and especially in the, let's say, from FY28, 29 onwards, because as we said, we've been saying that we are now concentrating on development of projects in advance. We also saw that specific development companies getting created. These efforts are to do projects, act on projects which are supposed to come in year 3, 4, 5, not in year 1 and 2. So I think with all these efforts, what we're making, and we see a significant traction would happen in the installations. Yes, it's a little slow phase, but you will see a gradual change. Doubling this year itself is a big thing.
Just to get those numbers correct, 6 gigawatts this year, 8 gigawatts next year, and 10 gigawatts the year after is what you're targeting in terms of installation, right?
Sure. That is for the country. That's for the country.
That's for the country. And what about you?
We will, as we said, that we will maintain 25% of the market share.
All right, you will maintain 24% of the market share across the country's installations as well. But, with solar tariffs still fairly competitive, what's the case that you make for solar versus wind? At the same time, there is a fair amount of supply which is likely in solar as well. So how do you, make that case?
I again say that I said this on your channel sitting in your studio. Wind is cheaper than solar. If you look at on the exchange prices, when the wind is available and solar is available, the wind is selling at premium and solar is selling at discount. So therefore, I don't think solar is cheaper. You need to look at it from the demand perspective as well. When there is a demand, that's when wind generates. So therefore, wind is always going to be cheaper than solar. And it will continue to be the same. But that is not the issue. It is not the wind versus solar, as we said earlier. The requirement is wind plus solar plus the storage.
Okay.
And EPC as a proportion of your sales, where do you intend to take it? Because from 20% you've come to 27%. At what level do you think will be ideal?
We said by FY28 we will reach 50%, and that's what we'll maintain.
And so the EPC OEM mix will be how much in 27?
In the order book, 50% of order will be EPC. And balance 50% would be what we call equipment supply or part EPC and things like that. Means what this 50% we will offer land through the entire life cycle support of operation maintenance.
All right, Mr. Chalasani, final question. A lot of investors are wondering what's going on with the stock price. What do you have to tell them? You know, because you had that one-way run all the way to around 90 rupees plus, and then it's come back down to around 48 rupees. But going by what you're saying, business prospects still appear pretty solid. What would your response be?
Hey, I'm responsible and we're all responsible for the performance of the company. And if you look at, we've been consistently delivering what we promised. And then I'm pretty confident moving ahead also we will deliver. And you've also seen that we're talking about future growth, Suzlon O2. I actually see that we're at an inflection point today for the Suzlon, and we will take off in the growth perspective on this. So therefore, I don't see any issue with respect to the growth potential for Suzlon, and I don't see any issue with respect to the utilizing that potential and fully converting it.
All right, we take that point. You are responsible for what you are responsible for, and you are confident on, delivering that. Just one more thing: is Suzlon only going to be an India player now that the deals have been signed with EU and US? Are those markets exciting you as well?
No, we did announce some time back that we're going to do a geographical diversification. In fact, we did announce during the Davos summit that we also appointed president for Europe. And we are going to do the geographical diversification. We are looking at various countries. And as I mentioned earlier on your channel, that you will see the traction is in FY27 and the revenue is coming in FY28.
Do you have any long-term target here? What proportion of your revenues you expect to come outside of India?
We are right now mapping various countries and mapping various competitions and things like that. I think you would definitely see in the next few months we laying out our plan for international. How will it, span out?
Take that point. Thanks a lot, Mr. Chalasani, for joining in and giving us your views. Wish you good luck, and good to know that you are steadfast on all your targets.